We all have an origin that is greater than this terrestrial origin, which means that we all have a capacity that's greater than this terrestrial experience. And so as we seek to embody our potential, fulfill our life desires, it's about embodying the supernatural. It's about embodying the super in the self. And the super is the higher. It's the more expanded. From the perspective of rising and shining, most people, regardless of what industry, what business, whether they're in family, bringing up children or wanting to start a family, it does not matter. As an individual, as a spirit, as energy moves to its zenith point, as it rises in the sky, as the sun does, shadows have nowhere to hide, so they must be revealed. And so that is what we fear. We fear from the deep psychosocial complex that we have been taught that you cannot grow bigger than your environment. Otherwise you will be pulled back in. You must be regulated. You cannot create extreme disruption to the point of breaking the system, meaning the person next to you, their old way of thinking or their current way of thinking, all the way up to organizations and, country and world culture. So this genetic predisposition follows us until we choose to collapse it. And how we collapse it, you must be prepared to shed your garment. You must be prepared to change your identity. You are still a soul. You are still an energy-rich experience within the cosmos. But what a lot of people, most people, are afraid of as regarding change or transformation is the old world that I am attached to that has contributed to building and maintaining my identity will be disrupted. And I do not know how. I've never been taught on how to deal with the fallout of that, because I care for the people that are in my life and I want them to come with me. And wanting them to come with me, there is this element that I need to save them because they cannot see. But in you wanting to save them, you are the blind leading the blind. Your change, you transmitting a new frequency, making a shift, changes them. Your presence is the key. You only need to think of them, action at a distance. Have them in your awareness, and little by little they will shift. Words are the least reliable form of communication. Your energy precedes you. So set the example by vibrating at tone. You are the tuning fork for humanity. And the way that you get to experience that and to help expedite that process is through business or through family or through community. They may not know consciously that it does. So this whole notion of tribal shaming, this whole notion of generational change, it's real because it's encoded in the sequencing of our DNA and the expression of our DNA in protein synthesis and also in chemical, biological, and the whole functioning of our body and our living experience. But it changes because we decide to change. And it comes back to our imagination. What is the world that we wish to live in? My favorite movie of all time is the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And one of his songs, Pure Imagination, the line, if you want to see paradise, simply look around and view it. Which means transcend the hologram that you see, which means if you do not see with your own eyes that which you want to, then through your imagination, change what you want to see and believe in that. And that is how we change the world.
It's like a movie script.
Like a movie script.
And that's how we change the world.
That's how we change the world.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's going to be a shift. Already is.